Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is feel-bad film of the summer, a huge mess. But are they really fair? From the start of the film, we get a nice little introduction from Tom Cruise himself, which it was a nice little touch. I don't know if it's on every screening, but it was great to see him. And you can just tell right from the get-go, that the passion and the love that he has for these films. Probably the most common complaint I've seen is how doomed it feels. The total existential threat that Ethan has to go up against, and just overall depressing time and a lack of fun. Which I do understand, and actually I do agree with, but I'll get to that in a little bit. The positives, although obvious, well, if you're a Mission Impossible movie fan, it's kind of exactly what you want. When I say that the action set pieces are absolutely bonkers, that is not hyperbole. Even in a non-IMAX showing, I was stunned with the underwater sequence that we get. And yes, the small glimpse that we get in the trailer, it is that impressive. I mean, that alone surely had to have the crew like, okay, that is a really good, big, massive set piece, and the biggest of the film, right, Tom? Well, Tom said, hold my beer. How about this, right? The flight sequence at the end is so utterly absurd. A sober mind just simply couldn't have thought this up. I just found myself manically laughing and looking over to the elderly lady to my left, just watching her like this. For them two sequences alone, it is totally, just undoubtedly worth the trip to the cinema. And I had the choice to see it in IMAX, and well, afterwards I kind of regretted not doing so. And I have absolutely no idea how, but this crazy bastard, Tom Cruise, I can only imagine he, for the most part, somehow pulled this crazy stunt off himself. Legitimately. Anyways, Tom in the role as Ethan is just as cool as he ever was in the whole franchise. And as we said before earlier, 0 phoning it in 8 films in. He just loves these characters and the films themselves. His passion just bleeds through the screen. And the same goes for the rest of the usual faces of the IMF. But it may be wise not to get too close. There is as well some nice new additions. Personally, my favourite is a lovely Eskimo lady. And if you're a fan of the franchise, well, some familiar faces may just pop up. I mean, just generally, if you love these movies, I can't see how this wouldn't hit the spot for you. However, there is some unfortunates here. As with the doom and gloom before, I do kinda have to agree. I mean, this is like total wipeout.
Against all odds, Chris actually did make physics cool.
No, not like that. Complete end of world and whole human existence. And of course, who else but Ethan to be the only man who could put a stop to it. Now, don't get me wrong, the whole IMF team do have each a pivotal role in stopping this AI takeover. But
the fate of every living soul on Earth is your responsibility.
Just lingers throughout this whole film, and it really is said about 30 times. Screw the Avengers, man. Bring in Ethan and his IMF team. In all seriousness though, it can become, well, it does get rather tiresome hearing that on repeat a large amount of times. In the story, it can get a little bit like... In short, an AI is out of control and looking to take down the most of humanity. Hard to keep up, and unfortunately the same guy from the last is back, and in it, a lot more. He just kinda sucks the energy out when he is on the screen, which, as we mentioned before, the film really needs that energy as much as it can get. Although the two big massive set pieces are absolutely outstanding, there's unfortunately just not a lot of action at all sprinkled throughout. It's just a lot of talking and plotting and Ethan getting to this next destination. And it's unfortunate that like 80% is in the depths of caves and the ocean. There is no beautiful landscapes and interesting locations like Ghost Protocol, until at the very end. If you enjoy these films, there is all which you love here, and more. I don't think it'll make fans of newcomers, but it is 8 films in. It's an absolute must-see on the biggest screen you can find, but I don't think it will stand too well for the home. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning gets 3.5 stars. It's a true Mission Impossible, movie title and literal. for all the best and the worst. Will you be seeing this film? And which one of these is your favourite? Personally, it's going to be Ghost Protocol. That is my introduction to these films, and it blew me away. So many amazing pieces throughout that film, and yeah, again, just amazing locations, which this film unfortunately did lack. Leave your thoughts down in the comments as always. It's always fantastic to see. Like the video and subscribe for more, and well, I will see you in the next mission, should you choose to accept it.